You've practiced, you've adjusted your technique, you've done everything that you've learned on YouTube and in books and maybe even with some private lessons, but your tone quality still doesn't sound like what you hear in your head. And you're starting to wonder, is it me? Have I just started too late? Is it this instrument or these strings? Is something wrong with me or my setup? What is going on that is so hard? You know something's missing and you can't put a finger on. And I'm going to tell you what, today we're going to find it. If we haven't met, I'm EP Archer and I help committed adults improve their quality of life with music. If you've been playing the violin and the sound still isn't where you want it and you're starting to wonder if it ever will be, this episode is for you. So thanks for taking this journey down the string path. But as you know, violin is near and dear to my heart. Very first instrument that I started at the young, tender age of 7. And I've played it ever since, although I did definitely have periods where I wanted to quit, or I did quit, or I played much less. And I want to come here to witness to you how to attack these problems of producing a beautiful tone, sounding confident, and let's be honest, playing the music that you love. There's something that you heard or you hear that you want to be able to recreate. There's something you hear in your head, and I so much know how that feels, and I want to help you be able to do that. So when you hear something in your head and the sound doesn't match when it's coming out of your instrument, you've been told, okay, practice more. You got to relax. You got to relax your arm. Okay, we have to adjust your bow hold. We have to make sure the angle is correct against the strings. Okay, the speed of the bow matters. Whether the bow hair is flat or tilted matters. And there are so many different, that's just a few, by the way. There's so many different stacks. I like to refer to them as layers. So if we think of like one layer would be holding your instrument properly. And that little layer has a bunch of subpoints, right? If my shoulders are dropped and relaxed, if my balance of gravity is centered, if I make sure that my head isn't too far forward or too far back, but it's very centered on my spine, so that I can be the most ergonomic. If my violin is far enough to the left instead of being in front of me, right? And those all comprise holding my instrument with good technique. And that's not holding it to play with my fingers. That's literally just holding the violin, maybe in the 5th position, so you can do some finger exercises, the wave, the tapping, those kind of things. If you've already practiced action studies, you know what I mean. If not, I have some juicy help for you. And so that's one layer. Then let's say I add the bow. With just the bow, the next layer would be a bow hold, the bow placed on the strings, the appropriate angle, and drawing the bow against the strings. And that's why you can really solidify that left-hand technique by actually starting without the bow, doing some left-hand pizzicato to really solidify, hey, I'm holding this, doing this shuttle exercise where we're moving the left hand back and forth gently as if it's touching silk or a thread. And really getting that to feel secure with my chin, without any kind of pain, struggle, super uncomfortability. Obviously, we're not born with a violin growing out of our neck. Well, some of us maybe seem that we are, but we can make it feel as natural and as effective as possible. So when you do add that right hand, it's not just a matter of the bow hold and the placement and the angle and the stroke and the length and the pressure and the release. Are you pronated versus supinated? It is adding those layers upon layers. And so if we can start with one layer at a time and gradually add them, if we can fill in that gap between what you're imagining and hearing and what you're able to play now, gradually, rather than trying to play, 5,000 notes while you're doing all of that stuff with different rhythms and string crossings and God knows what else. You see, tone is not magic. It's not because you haven't played long enough. It's not because you're not experienced enough. It is literally physics. There's a simple scientific explanation for the geometric plane, for the way that vibration is created by movement. And in order to ingrain that, it's not how much you practice, it's the feeling in the body. It's creating enough physical exercises and movements that are chill, that feel fun, so that you can feel normal when you're doing the right thing, so that you can have a somatic trigger, that your body's like, yes, this is right. I'm doing it. I know how to do this. And so if you are able to connect how it feels and how it sounds and be able to create the sound from the feeling, then you are going to have a tone that is beautiful. And so violin, we're communicating, and with every instrument, you know what I love? There's a vocal coach. Her name's Cheryl Porter. I'm going to do a shameless plug for her. I'm not affiliated with her in any way. She has the most amazing warm-ups for singers. If you haven't tried them, I use them. I use them with my singers. It is a way of stacking on those layers without your body realizing it, and it becomes natural in the body to support the breath, to use the diaphragm, to change registers, to open, to have good vowel placement, to articulate. And those are the same kind of things we want to be able to stack for violin. So when you hear someone play the exact same thing as someone else and the tone is thin or shrill, or it feels scratchy or heavy or in the string too much, or it just is all over the place, wispy, ghost-like, hitting other strings, there are simple physical solutions that we can learn. And if you try to do them all at once, you will fail. I've played for over 30 years and I still fail when I try to do too many things at once. Just think of yourself multitasking. You're cooking dinner, you're talking to the kids, you're on the phone, the TV's on, the dog's in the room, and you're thinking of your to-do list for tomorrow. That is a recipe for something in that equation to fail. Now, all of you mommies and daddies and parents out there, I know you're able to do that successfully too. But isn't it nice when it's a quiet house, it's just you and the fam, and you're just focused and in the moment and engaged with that one activity? Doesn't that seem to feel different and to go better than the crazy multitasking? We will be able to get there where we're like a master chef and we're able to do all of it at warp speed and all of it at the same time. Release all of that technique, all of that buildup in your mind, all of the overthinking, all of the things you have to stack, and take a breath. Remember the sound, feel the resonance, and that resonance is created by open, relaxed motion. You know what an amazing violin warm-up is? Tai Chi, meditative dance. Opening up your body, learning things that will really allow you to connect to yourself and the instrument. We have to stop fighting our instrument and our technique and our tone and start playing with it more, feeling it. And so what I would like you to do that will make this happen today is get a nice hold, stay with it for a minute. Get a gentle bow hold, put your bow on the string perpendicular, and don't try to play a concerto. Don't try to play your favorite fiddle tune or something from a movie. Go for an open string. Pick your favorite. Start a little above the frog, so you're just really using the middle third of your bow, not the very bottom, not the very top. Stay away from the tip and the frog. Gently place the bow on the string. Take a breath. Relax your shoulder. Make sure your hand is pronated. And just play fluid, figure eight, gentle, circular, liquid bows back and forth. And when that sounds juicy, add another string, but keep it open. And go from that to just adding an open string to a finger. We're not focused on how many notes we can play. We're focused on the open, beautiful feeling. And if you know how to tune your instrument where the strings are a double stop together, double strings together, OMG. If you can get that rock solid diamond intonation and then play your open strings with ringing resonance, that feeling is better than playing a million notes with your fingers that are slightly out of tune, dead, and not resonating. And don't worry, we're going to keep adding on from there. What makes you lean in is a beautiful sound. So let's focus on that beautiful sound, because when it's there, you stop dreading practice and you start craving your instrument again. We want our violin to be our voice, not an obstacle. And that shift is bigger than music. It's a mindset shift. It's a life-enhancing shift. And you are someone who deserves a beautiful, rich life. If you're over 30, playing the violin, tired of battling tone, having zero confidence, and going it alone with lessons, YouTube tutorials, and books that never quite get you there, Music Rebels is opening a new cohort specifically for adults just like you, dedicated to transforming sound, connection, and expression on the violin. You won't find our unique system anywhere else. Registration is limited so we can serve you at the highest level with proven results, real support, and the best time you've had with your instrument yet. Tap the link and come say hi. Your best life is on the other side.